Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Centre, and welcome to the world of magic and miracles, where once again we allow our fields to mingle with one another and be aware of the elevation that we've achieved over many, many months. Today is one of those days where you do whatever you like. You travel wherever you like, and you feel everything all at once without even caring about what you're feeling. It's like looking out over the mountains. Everything is there, but you don't detail everything. You just look at it and you feel the overall essence of what you're looking at. And you come up with something like, that's beautiful, magic, unbelievable. You don't say there's a tree, there's a car, there's smoke in the distance, there's an aeroplane. So you don't do that in life either. In life, you look from a distance in the same way, and you'll get a beautiful feeling that you can describe because you let go the detail. You'll get attracted by various bits of detail, just like if a bird flies past or an aeroplane goes over. But your overall effect is the same as looking at a distance, at a beautiful scene, so that you know something more than detail. We are capable of taking in everything and getting from that the greatest essence of our being, totally activated and alive, because it recognizes every small component all at once. And when you look at the world and the universe, you look from a distance and you say, that's marvelous. You see the miracle. And you also are aware of the movement. But you get everything into a different perspective than if you focus on anything. So right now, you can step way back and look at yourself even. You can look at the whole lot and you'll get a sense of your future. The main reason you can get a sense of the future is because you take in everything at once. And you don't reason any part of it, nor describe it. You allow the inner part of you to bring out a description that is totally different to the detail. It's a little bit like riding in a fast car. You say, wow, this is fantastic. Later on, you get to describing what happens in the fast car, but you never get down to the fact that you didn't care what the engine was doing. You just felt the sensation. The high-speed movement that you have in your world actually belongs to you. And you can travel as fast as you like, wherever you like, and enjoy looking at the overall. Enjoy looking at the future that has everything in it. You look past your next door neighbor to look at the world around you. And the fact that there's something in their backyard does not really matter. So you look past the things that are close to you, and they won't matter, because the effect of the things that are up close is actually surpassed. It's surpassed by you looking at the future and including it all, leaving nothing out, but not worrying about the detail. So we've been trained for many years to worry about detail. But the greatest painters of all times paint so that you see your own detail. The detailed painters that get into real detail as you would with a picture are still working for a living, because you're not encouraged to see past the detail. So every part of your world has much more in it than what you're seeing. It has beautiful activities, but it's not the activities you're looking at. You're allowing it all to be there, and you're looking past it to how that forms up as a big picture of the future. That excitement that allows you to jump out of your seat and go, I can't wait for everything to happen. I can't wait for all this to turn up in my world, but I'll still be looking past it to the next lot. Like your birthday, you can't wait to get to it, and you have your birthday and then you can't wait for the next one. And you're not focused on the passing of time. So when we all stand together and we look further than just the mass of people and the influence, we look further, we see that if everyone looks further, we'll have a massive picture of the whole world with trillions of different new descriptions instead of all the old ones. You look at a house and you see the detail. But if you look at what's going to happen to that house in the future, you'll see that you're going to change things. You're going to make it livable. You're going to make it feel comfortable. And you won't call it a house anymore, you'll call it home. So when we look at our life, we're supposed to look past everything. And in that way, we can include the world of our Creator in our experience. Because the world of your Creator is changing all the time. And it has pictures and visions and activities and movement and change that reflects your whole being. And as you step forward into that every day, you'll find that no matter what may have been worrying you, it's gone. Or it's handled in some way or another. There'll be times when you trip up a bit. But in general, you can look forward to the fact that it's never going to happen again. You can also look forward to the fact that you're creating a future that doesn't have that in it anymore. And you can see that if you look. You look out on the trees and you don't see all the rubbish on the ground that you would think was rubbish if you were standing in amongst it. You see the beautiful movement of leaves onto the ground, of accelerated growth of other things, of all animals and all creatures. You see it all, but you don't even say a word about the detail. You say, this feels beautiful. What a grand place to be. As we move forward a little further in the world of our Creator, we'll be shown how to view that world more and more from where we stand in the physical world. And it is not a mind exercise. It's real. Like you don't play with your mind when you're looking out over the sea and say, that's an amazingly powerful experience. Or when the sun is shining on the water, you don't say somebody's changed the water a bit so that it sparkles. You go, look at that. Everything is new and has a new description every second. And what it generates in your being can appear in your body. So that thrill actually generates an enormous amount of energy in each cell. And you can feel your body buzz just like a little child jumping up and down. Can't sit still because of the excitement. And you become fully aware then of the fact that you don't have to have a pattern. You don't have to have an image. You're not trying to present yourself. You are looking at a new picture of the world, a new part of everything, and a new part of your future that you've just generated. So the idea of generating a pattern that says this is me will probably start to disappear very shortly, because you're happy with you. The great complex being that can generate anything at all, can connect with a person who's standing in the middle of 1 million people and attract their attention, and just their attention and nobody else's. Can decipher all sorts of things that are not in your vision. Can make sure everybody's progressing, yet they're on the other side of the world. And can make sure that you meet with the right sort of person, no matter where you go. You walk through a shopping centre and there's someone that you've never seen before. And you find you have either eye contact or a sudden feeling that you have to look that way. And you are positive you know that person. Because you do. This is the sensation of our family returning and giving you a wave, saying, you're here. Good to see you. I've got a lot to do at the moment, but I'll catch up with you next time. The more you look in general, the more contact will come to you. And the more you'll see that the world of magic and miracles is a real place. And it's right here now with us. So the gifts that you have for the world are much more than what you expect. You are progressing so fast that you'll confound yourself. You'll see that you have capabilities that you can't describe. And you will honor everyone and everything because you can see that they have abilities that they can't describe. And gifts for you just through passing you in the street. And those who are really up close to you can enjoy you looking out into the distance and creating a future that suits them as well. Because it's their future that they can generate because you are moving there. I always go back to the experiments of many years ago where they tested the habits of monkeys, and they called it the 100th monkeys theory, where the monkeys in one place started to peel a banana in a certain way, and then on the other side of the world, in a matter of days later, they found the monkeys were doing exactly the same. So the question came, how does that happen? We all know how it happens now, because whatever you do, the human entity has access to. So if you advance past anything, past a standard pattern, it will become available to everyone through that immense communication system that we have with one another, through the fields of the universe. And no matter where you are, you will improve because somebody else did. You don't have to do what somebody else did. You will find you're able to do it without any exercise, without any strain, and without any thought. But the first one that figured it out is probably trying to figure out something else. So as you move forward with your gifts, those gifts are available in a common world that we really don't access very often. But the feeling of interaction with everyone is just like looking out from a mountain and seeing all features of the earth presenting themselves to you as a new image again. And out of nowhere, you'll feel something, or you'll see a magnificent bird, or an animal, or a tree movement, or a sudden surge of energy. And it goes on. These are all your gifts that are being returned back to you through the earth. If you decide to help a tree even, you will feel its response. To the extent that the tree will rain on you a very fine mist of sweet essence that almost lifts you off the ground. And you can uplift that tree to where it can generate more and more and more for everything around it. So that interaction with Earth is starting to show that it's a reflection of what you bring in from your origin. Everything has a sense of beauty, and the essence of yourself will appear in the physical realm. There's nowhere else that you need to be, and nothing that you need to do. So it's a totally free run from here. But gee, it's going to be exciting. That freedom is something we probably won't talk about anymore because it's expected. And the word freedom is losing its edge because we're not trapped anymore. It's like you take the seatbelt off, you don't talk about the seatbelt anymore. You don't need it. You're out of the car and you're moving. So you're out of all the straps that you put around yourself by agreement over many, many centuries. And now you play with the masters just like you play with the fairies. You go up and sit by your creator just like you would as a child go and sit beside Santa Claus. Totally bold and happy, and without any essence of restriction. And the feeling of awe is always there. But it doesn't mean you have to feel anything but that, the beauty of it. You do not have to drive yourself down into the ground to prove that you can hold someone at a higher level than yourself, because you hold everybody at a higher level than yourself. You are the creator, and you create more and more for everyone. But most of all, you advance so that everybody has a chance to advance in their own world at whatever they wish. The fact that we can see and absorb every frequency, every movement, every action, that we can look at or feel in a distance, is something that you don't have to get used to. But it is something that will get thrown out every now and then because of that critic that you have inside yourself. As you throw it out, it's going to jump up in front of you and start doing cartwheels, so that you have to do something about it. And you'll feel quite strange the first time it happens to you. And then you'll be talking about things that you'd absolutely forgotten. You'll be talking about the pressures of the past, or some pain, or something that's happening in the world, or something somebody's doing to you. And a big alarm will go off inside you and say, you've just dived into a mud hole. That's not what you're supposed to do. So stop doing anything and you'll be lifted out immediately. So you just stop and you relax and you say, "I'll stop it." And bingo, there you are in the world of your creator, feeling everybody's interaction, feeling the language of the stars, and wandering wherever you want on that ship Antaria that will give you anything you want. So you want to stand at the beach, you can stand at the beach. You want to be looking down from the stars, you can be looking down from the stars. You're instantly everywhere because that's who you are. And then all of a sudden you find out all those things that said are imaginary, that we said were imaginary, are actually real. And all the fantasy world of the movies and everything else that's been presented to us, we actually owned. We projected it so that somebody would take it up. But what happened? We were then told it doesn't belong to you. So just make sure that you don't have ownership of anything, and neither does anybody else. You can have it all anytime, any moment. And you can create sparkles and magic. And you can have a magic wand in a second or less. And you can bounce around just like a young child, even if you can't move physically. So the fact that you can move your energy field you can move yourself and that elegant being that's much, much bigger than you. Why would you want to make it hard work to move around? You can actually use your energy fields to lift you. You can tell the earth to come up underneath you and hold you. You can stand and be totally balanced on one foot if you tell the world that's what you need to do. And you'll find it will just do it. And it's not a matter of you having good balance. It's a matter of you using everything around you to support whatever you are, whatever age you are, whatever condition you're in. Start to use it. It's there and it's been waiting for thousands of years to interact at a level where it's not told to go away. And if you feel a little strange, don't know anything about it. Just keep going. Because you might feel a little strange on the top of a mountain, but you'll still take everything in, every breeze, every whisper, every movement of the trees, everything in the distance, the light, the clouds, and you'll just sigh. Total relief and enjoyment. And your body will respond, and it will start to take in all the things it needs from the physical world. And all the explanations in the world are great theories. But you, as a being, are the one who experiences it. And you don't need a theory or a proof of anything. So as we start to interact further, you don't even have to open up anything. Just stick your head forward and go. You need to get out of the chair, throw your energy up and forward, you'll get out of the chair. You need to move a little faster, take off the brakes, because there's no limit to how fast you can go. And that includes running, any athletic thing. It's taken years to record some of the records, but they keep improving. The 4-minute mile has been broken forever. And you don't have to go back because somebody already did it. So now you take the brakes off a bit further and everything will open up. And the energies around you will accelerate your movement to whatever level you will allow. As we move further and further, you will get to the point where it won't even be interesting to talk about. You'll just do it. Where Walt Disney will go out of business because you've got a whole lot available to you at any second. And you can enjoy it with everybody all around the world without having crowds, without running into one another, without all being herded around like sheep. You can have the beauty of the universe oozing out of your skin and watch everyone around you look at you with amazement and say, I'll have some of what you've got. So the more you generate, the better you feel and the better everyone around you feels. So on this special day, once again, we'll send you our sincere gift of wishing you a perfect life, perfect health, and a magic future. Thank you.